Global tension is currently at its highest point in decades, leaving many to wonder if we're on the brink. Multiple conflicts, economic shifts, and aggressive rhetoric are saturating our daily news feeds. Is this sudden surge in chaos a coincidence, or is it a calculated escalation by those in power? Today, we dive deep to uncover the hidden forces driving this global instability and who truly gains. From the Middle East to Eastern Europe, the maps are turning red as old alliances shift and break. We have officially entered the era of the Polycrisis, where separate disasters overlap and fuel one another. But while the general public watches in fear, certain entities see this as a once-in-a-century opportunity. Understanding the why behind the headlines is the only way to navigate the uncertainty of 2024. We are witnessing the final dismantling of the post-Cold War order that governed the world for 30 years. Let's analyze the strategic chess pieces currently moving across the global board and what they signify. The primary driver of current friction is the rise of multipolarity, the end of a single global leader. No longer is there a single global policeman capable of enforcing international rules and norms. Regional powers like Turkey, Iran, and India are asserting their dominance in their respective neighborhoods. This creates power vacuums, leading to localized escalations that can quickly spiral out of control. As the U.S. pivots its focus, old rivalries and ancient grudges are resurfacing in the gaps left behind. Territorial disputes once thought settled are being reopened as nations test the resolve of the West. Every border becomes a potential flashpoint, turning local issues into global security concerns. Proxy wars allow superpowers to test their latest weapons and resolve without direct, total conflict. The global shift from interconnected trade to fierce nationalism is fueling this geopolitical fire. Economic protectionism and trade wars often precede the arrival of physical conflict on the ground. We are essentially seeing a return to 19th-century, great power competition in a digital age. Diplomatic dialogue is increasingly being replaced by military posturing and massive defense spending. While war is a human tragedy, for a select group of industries, it is a massive financial goldmine. The defense sector is currently seeing record-breaking profits and unprecedented order backlogs. Major defense contractors are securing supply agreements that will last for the next several decades. Energy markets also thrive on instability, as supply fears drive prices higher for the average consumer. When vital oil routes are threatened, the value of energy reserves skyrockets, enriching certain nations. Cybersecurity firms are also seeing a massive surge in demand as state-sponsored hacking rises. Modern hybrid warfare makes every piece of digital infrastructure a potential target for sabotage. Private military corporations are taking on roles that were once held exclusively by national armies. Lucrative reconstruction contracts are often being negotiated long before the actual fighting has ended. This conflict economy creates a self-sustaining cycle that is incredibly difficult to dismantle. Resource scarcity, from lithium to grain, drives strategic land grabs under the guise of security. Control over global supply chains has become the ultimate form of leverage in the modern era. The escalation isn't just happening on physical battlefields, it's happening inside our minds. AI and sophisticated algorithms are being used to polarize and radicalize global populations. State-sponsored disinformation campaigns can destabilize an entire nation without firing a single shot. Deepfakes and AI-generated news reports make it nearly impossible to distinguish truth from fiction. When people can no longer agree on basic facts, they retreat into hostile tribalism and anger. Social media platforms benefit from the high engagement levels driven by outrage and conflict. The more chaotic the news cycle, the more we stay glued to our screens, boosting their data. Data brokers and tech giants profit immensely from this constant state of digital surveillance. Psychological operations, or PSYOPs, are now a standard part of modern military doctrine. Narrative control is now considered just as important as controlling the high ground on a map. We are all currently targets in a global war for our attention, our beliefs, and our fear. This total fragmentation of reality prevents any form of collective global action on real issues. So, we must ask the critical question: who stands to gain the most from this sustained escalation? It is the military-industrial technological complex that sits at the very top of the pyramid. Authoritarian regimes use external threats to justify the consolidation of power over their citizens. Global financiers and hedge funds often bet on volatility, making billions when markets swing wildly. Those who own the raw resources and the means to transport them hold the world's pulse. Ultimately, the chaos reshuffles the deck for an elite few while the rest of the world pays. The escalation we see today is rarely accidental. It is often highly profitable and strategic. By understanding these underlying motives, we can better navigate the noise and propaganda. Stay informed, stay critical of the headlines, and never let fear be your primary guide. Subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the invisible forces shaping our world.